College Algebra 4.2. We'll be solving these polynomials. Okay, first I need to find problems, or it's not problems, but I need to find possible rational solutions. So I'm going to take x to equal b over a. A stands for the number in front of the x, the largest x, and b stands for the number that's the constant at the end. So this will be 2 over 1. Now all the factors of 2 will be 1, so we can use 1 over 1. Any factors of what we start off with can be also used. Now 2 over 1 and 1 over 1, if those don't work, we can also try plus or minus, so we can try the negatives as well. So let's begin to use these numbers to see if any of these are a solution. Let's start off with x equals 1 right there. Now we're going to use synthetic division to see if putting 1 in here gives us 0. So our first coefficient is 1 for the x cubed, negative 3 for the x squared, 0 for the missing x, and 2 for the constant. Now from here, I'm going to put 0 under here, and anything on this line right here above the line, we're going to add to the top line. Anything below, we're going to multiply by 1. So 1 and 0 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Negative 2 and 1 is negative 2. Sorry, negative 3 and 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. 0 added to negative 2 is negative 2. And negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. 2 and negative 2 is 0. So since we have 0, this is a solution. So we got one solution. There will be a total of 3 solutions because this is a third power. Now, what we have left here is a polynomial. This is a x squared minus 2x minus 2 polynomial. And to solve this for x will give us 2 more answers. Now, I want to solve this by using the quadratic formula. So x is going to equal a is 1, b is negative 2, c is negative 2. So x is going to equal the opposite of b, which is positive 2, plus or minus the square root of negative 2, which is b, squared, minus 4 times a, which is 1, and c is negative 2, all over 2 times a, which is 1. Okay, so this gives me 4 here, because negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Here we got negative 4 times 1 times negative 1, which is positive 8, all over 2 times 1, which is 2. Okay, well the 4 and 8, that adds up to be a 12. And the 12 factors into 4 times 3, which gives us 2 square root of 3. So we can split this up into 2 pieces. 2 divided by 2 is 1, plus square root of 2 divided by 2 is square root of 3. That's answer number 2. Oops, sorry. That's answer number 2. Again, 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 2 square root of 3 divided by 2 is 1 square root of 3. The other answer would be 1 minus the square root of 3. So our 3 answers are x equals 1 plus square root of 3, x equals 1 minus square root of 3, and remember, x equals 1. Now, number 4. Once again, we need to find possible rational answers. So we're going to need b and a. A is the number here, which is 1, and b is the constant back here, which is 8. So this will be 8 over 1. Now all the factors of 8, 4 goes in 8, 2 also goes in 8, and 1 also goes in 8. We can try any one of these 4 x's. Also, plus or minus gives us a total of 8. So let's begin with x equals 1. And we're using synthetic division to see if when you put 1 in here for x, does it give you 0. So the coefficient for x to the 4th is 1. The coefficient for x to the 3rd is 0 since it's missing. The coefficient for x squared is negative 9. The coefficient for x is 0 since it's missing. And the constant is 8. Everything above the line, we're going to add to the top line. Everything below the line, we're going to multiply by 1. So 0 here. So 1 added to 0 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 0 added to 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Negative 9 added to 1 is negative 8. And negative 8 times 1 is negative 8. 0 added to negative 8 is negative 8. And negative 8 times 1 is negative 8. we get 0 here. That means that this is a solution. Now I need to try another one. This right here is actually a polynomial to the third power, so we don't want to stop using this process because we want this down to a second power. So let's start again. Let's try another number from here. Let's try x equals -1 and start the process and see if -1 will go into here. So 1 and 0 is 1. 1 times -1 is -1. 1 and -1 is 0. 0 times -1 is 0. -8 and 0 is -8. And -8 times -1 is +8. -8 added to a +8 is 0. Since we got 0 again, this is a solution. Now, what we have left here is actually a quadratic. This is 1x squared, 0x, and -8 equals 0. If we solve this, we should get 2 more answers. So, I'm going to solve this by isolating the x squared and putting the 8 to the other side. So this will give us x squared equals +8. When I take the square root of both sides, I'll get a plus or minus here. The plus or minus over the 8 gives us the 8 can be broken down, should I say, to a 4 times 2, and the 4 can come out. So we have x equals +2 square root of 2. That's your third answer. And also we have x equals -2 square root of 2, and that's your fourth answer.